My friends, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. I hope you all are doing well. In this outdoor news episode, I have a wild story to share. This is a story that has been relayed to me by you all over 150 times. Emails, social media, messages. With that being said, I want to thank you all very much for being such an engaged part of this community. I really do appreciate it. This story broke on December 28th, 2024. The Skamania County Sheriff's Office released a public statement involving the death of two Portland, Oregon men who lost their lives searching for Bigfoot. Briefly, I will go over this press release. On Christmas Day 2024 at 1 a.m., a report was made that two individuals who had gone out searching for Bigfoot had not returned. The plan was for them to return on December the 24th, but yet they had not. When the pair did not return home, a family member reported the subjects missing and endangered. From there, flock camera footage was accessed based upon the information that was provided. Just in case you do not know this, a flock camera is designed to monitor and record vehicle information as they drive past the camera. This information is then used to analyze data related to vehicle movements, driving patterns, and these cameras can also be used by law enforcement. Not only do they read license plates, but also what is known as vehicle fingerprints. This means they can identify vehicles based on type, color, style. They can even identify bumper stickers, stickers, logos, decals. Think of the flock cameras as a highly advanced surveillance system. Anyways, my friends, the Sheriff's Department stated that they were able to locate the vehicle with the use of this system, in addition to the search and rescue coordinator for that county. The missing subject's vehicle was located on Oklahoma Road near Willard, in the state of Washington. Over the course of 3 days, the county Sheriff's Department search and rescue team acquired over 60 search and rescue personnel, including canine, drones, ground search teams. Additionally, they had air assets, which included the United States Coast Guard, which was based in Oregon. They assisted the search with what is known as FLIR. Basically, this is a way of locating people or subjects using thermal imaging technology. This technique utilizes cameras that can detect infrared radiation, typically emitted as heat. This sort of technology is excellent as far as searching goes in challenging conditions such as darkness, fog, dense vegetation, and so on. After a grueling 3-day search over difficult terrain, including harsh weather conditions, the 59-year-old male and the 37-year-old male, both from Portland, Oregon, were located, both deceased, in a heavily wooded area of a nearby national forest. The cause of death for both individuals appeared to be exposure and also ill preparedness. That is the public statement released by the Sheriff's Department. Now let's talk about basically what these individuals did wrong based upon the limited information that we have here. While it is limited, we know quite a bit. First off, these individuals broke one of the most basic rules of going out for an adventure. They did not tell anyone where they were going specifically. They did not have a plan in place. Yes, they were supposed to return back at a certain time, but the family did not know where they were at. Because of that, the Sheriff's Department had to use flock cameras to locate the vehicle, which potentially could have cost these individuals their life. I'm talking about all of the wasted time that was spent looking for the vehicle instead of looking for those individuals. These two men did not have to leave friends and family behind, and at the same time, they did not have to put the lives of search and rescue team members in danger. Those individuals had to go out on Christmas looking for these individuals. The Sheriff's Department could have used resources to fight crime instead of locating these individuals. I want to take a second and I want to talk about a previous news episode that I did in regards to Mount Charleston. In that news episode, I talked about how 9 individuals over the course of like 2 or 3 weeks had gone up to Mount Charleston, ill-prepared, ended up having accidents that severely wounded them, causing search and rescue operations to take place every couple of days. I spoke about in that episode and also in this episode about when you go out on an adventure, when you're foolhardy, when you're not prepared, you're putting the lives of others at risk. After that news episode went up, I heard from a retired member of the local police department. He told me that one of the members of the search and rescue team had gone up to Mount Charleston. They went up there to save someone, and they died on that mountain. The individual passed away on top of that mountain trying to rescue someone else. It is vital for everyone to think about what it is they're about to do. Consider the plan, consider the weather conditions. We have to consider our gear, clothing, communication assets, our skills. We then have to consider what is going to happen if we have a problem. I've said this before and I'll say it again. There's a big difference between having an accident and being ill prepared. One is okay, accident, and the other is not, being ill prepared. Having an accident is an accident. Being ill prepared is a choice. we might as well take a second here and talk about the importance of being prepared. Being adequately prepared to go out on your adventure is not just a recommendation, it's a fundamental survival strategy that can mean the difference between life and death, especially during a potential search and rescue operation. Here are a few key principles that I want you all to keep in mind before you go out on your next trip. Think about these for every trip that you're about to go on. Again, it's not just about your life, but those who have to come out looking for you. Communication and planning is super important. Inform someone who's reliable of your exact route and the time you expect to return. Come up with a plan. If you don't return at that time, blank blank happens. What are they going to do? When you go out on your trip, make sure that you have a reliable form of communication. That way, if you have an issue, you can call for help. At the same time, you need to make sure that you have the essential gear. Pack appropriate survival gear, emergency shelter, have enough water, food, and also water purification methods. Bring the basic tools with you. I'm talking about a paper map, a compass, a GPS device. Download maps on your phone. At the same time, it's a good idea to have with you proper emergency signaling equipment, a whistle, bright clothing, signaling mirror, and so on. Next, you will need a first aid kit, and you will need to know how to use it. A first aid kit is no good if you have no idea how to use what's inside of it. At the same time, folks, it's really important to understand your own personal limitations. Know what you can do and cannot do. If you want to go out for a 3-day, 40-mile hiking adventure, backpacking adventure, you need to develop the body for that type of adventure. Start slow, build up your legs, build up your feet, get used to carrying some weight, and so on. Then everyone, if something does happen, remain calm. Take a knee, stop, and think. Don't just act. Don't run on adrenaline. As soon as you realize that you are lost or you're having some sort of emergency, stop, think, plan, and then act. Use the gear that you brought with you to assist you with your problem. Use your communication tools and devices. Take a look at your map, at your GPS, at your phone. Look at those downloaded maps that you have. Triangulate your location, and so on. It is important to know that being prepared properly dramatically increases your chances of survival in an emergency event. I've gone over all of these points for a very specific reason. Time and time again, we're seeing these news stories. People are going out on these trips, they're not prepared, and something bad happens. In this case, these two individuals lost their lives looking for Bigfoot. Is there anything wrong with looking for Bigfoot? No. But being ill-prepared cost them their lives. These individuals were not prepared for the adventure that they had gone out on, and nature punished them. I've said this before, but nature will punish your mistakes, and it's true. In this case, it punished their mistakes, and they died, both of them. It cost them their lives. There is absolutely nothing wrong with going out on a trip. Humans are adventurous. We need that adventure. We need excitement. Accidents do happen, and that's okay. But being ill-prepared is not, and that's a choice. And folks, that wraps up this news episode. 2 individuals looking for Bigfoot, passing away in the woods due to the elements and due to being ill-prepared. That's a shame. It really is. Again, this sort of situation, these sort of events, these deaths, they do not have to happen. And with that being said, folks, I am done. Make sure to sound off in the comment section down below. What a crazy story. Crazy story. My thoughts are with those who were impacted by these deaths. Everyone, take care, be well, strength and honor.